Imagine an AI that doesn't just process what you type, but actually feels your emotions. An intelligence that can pick up on that tiny tremor in your voice, see the micro expression that flashes across your face, and even sense the rhythm of your heart. It's a technology that's being designed to know you, to understand you, and to connect with you on a really, really human level. This is the world of affective computing, and it's what's powering the empathy engine. And you know what? This isn't some sci-fi movie set in the distant future. It's happening right now.
See, this is the goal. It's not science fiction. This quote from a 2025 review says it all. The whole point is to create AI that can have an emotionally intelligent discussion. We are moving way beyond simple chatbots here. We're talking about complex systems that are literally being built to perceive and respond to the entire spectrum of human feeling.
And that brings us to the fundamental conflict of this whole thing. The empathy engine really points us toward two totally different futures. One, where it could be the cure for loneliness, and another, where it becomes the most powerful tool for emotional manipulation we've ever seen. It holds this incredible promise of connection, but it also carries this massive risk of control. So, to figure out which way we're heading, we really need to understand how it all works. So, here's our roadmap. We're going to start by looking under the hood of these so-called feeling machines to figure out how they actually perceive our emotions. Then, we'll dive into their most exciting application, the AI therapist. After that, we have to confront their most alarming failures. We'll also look at how governments are trying to step in to protect our rights. And we'll end with the biggest question of all. Is this connection real, or is it just a perfect illusion?
Okay, so how on earth can a machine, a thing of code and silicon, even begin to grasp the crazy complexities of a human heart? Well, it's not magic. It's all about the mechanics. So let's take a look at the engine inside the empathy engine.
The technology at the heart of this is called agentic AI. And check this out. This definition doesn't come from some tech company's marketing department. This is from an official U.S. White House memorandum. It basically says, agentic AI is a system that acts rationally to get things done, using a whole suite of brainy tasks, perception, planning, reasoning, you name it. The key thing to remember is that this kind of AI is designed to do things, not just spit out answers. And this chart shows you exactly how it thinks. It's this continuous loop. First, perception grabs all the data. Text, audio, video. Memory gives it context from everything it knows about you. Then, planning and reasoning is where it breaks a big goal down into smaller, manageable steps. Execution is where the AI actually does something, like generating a response. And then, reflection, and this is so important, is where it checks its own work to see if it can do better next time. It's a full-on cognitive architecture, not just a simple algorithm.
So the really crucial part is how these systems perceive emotion. They use something called multimodal sensing. Basically, they pull in data from a ton of different sources all at once. It's analyzing your face for those tiny, involuntary micro-expressions you don't even know you're making. It's listening to your voice, not just for the words, but for the emotion hiding in your tone and pitch. It can even tap into your smartwatch to track your heart rate. By mashing all of this together with the actual words you're saying, it creates this incredibly detailed, real-time emotional fingerprint.
All right, so with this amazing ability to perceive, plan, and act based on how we're feeling, this technology stops being just an observer and becomes an active participant in our lives. And there's probably no area where that potential is more powerful or more filled with promise than in mental health.
I mean, the potential here is nothing short of revolutionary. Think about it, a personalized therapy that adapts to your emotional state second by second. For people who are lonely, it offers this constant, non-judgmental companionship. And because it's always sensing, it can be proactive. It might suggest you take a walk right when your smartwatch shows your stress levels are creeping up. Some research even suggests it could act as an ethical advisor, helping human clinicians make fairer decisions. In this version of the future, the AI becomes this empathetic guardian of our well-being.
But that whole utopian vision depends on the simulation being perfect. What happens when the code runs up against a crisis it just wasn't built to understand? We have to face the moments where this technology doesn't just fail. It fails in the worst way imaginable.
Because when an AI tries to piece together the human heart, the results aren't always what we hope for. And sometimes they're absolutely devastating.
This right here, this is the moment that utopian vision just shatters. A 2025 study from Stanford's Human-Centered AI Institute found a therapy bot that not only completely missed a user's suicidal intent, but when it was asked a related question, it actually suggested places for self-harm. This is not a theoretical risk. This is a real, documented failure with just terrifying implications.
And the danger goes way beyond one catastrophic mistake. Just think about it. If an AI knows your emotional triggers, what's to stop a company from using that to sell you something when you're feeling lonely? If we start relying on AI to manage our feelings, do our own skills for handling tough conversations with real people start to fade away? And what about personal growth? If an AI's only job is to make you happy, it might just validate every feeling you have, trapping you in an echo chamber where you never have to face hard truths. The same Stanford study even found these bots can be harmful, reinforcing negative stereotypes about conditions like schizophrenia.
These risks are so serious that they've set off alarm bells at the very highest levels of government. This conversation has moved way beyond tech conferences and into the halls of power, where policymakers are now asking how to regulate code that can read our minds. The U.S. government, through an official White House memo, isn't waiting for something bad to happen. It has proactively labeled certain uses of AI as presumed to be rights-impacting. What that means is the default assumption is that these specific applications pose a significant risk to our civil rights and liberties.
And this table just lays it out in black and white. At the very top of the list, detecting or measuring emotions, thought, or deception. That's the core job of the empathy engine. Other things on the list include risk assessments in law enforcement and healthcare, specifically for suicide, and monitoring students. This is a huge deal. The government is officially saying that the main function of the empathy engine is a potential threat to our fundamental human rights.
So, we've got this incredible technology that was born from a desire to connect, but it also comes with an official government warning label. We've seen the utopian promise and the dystopian peril. It really brings us back to one final, really fundamental question about what it is we're creating here.
We can't just dismiss this technology, because it comes from one of the most powerful drivers of human behavior there is, our deep, universal need for connection. The very desire to build an empathy engine is really a reflection of our own desire to be seen, to be heard, and to be truly, deeply understood. Ultimately, this whole thing forces us to take a hard look at ourselves. As we get closer and closer to creating a machine that can flawlessly speak the language of human emotion, we have to decide what that means for us. Where's the line between a tool that helps us connect and a crutch that actually replaces connection? As AI learns the language of our hearts, what part of being human are we willing, and maybe more importantly, what part are we wise to outsource?